If you're struggling with lookup functions, VLOOKUP, XLOOKUP, you don't know what they are, you don't know what to use, you don't know when to use them, you don't know why. Everybody talks about that, but it seems really complicated for you. This live stream, this class is actually for you, as we're going to go through Excel lookup functions. And without further ado, today we're going to go through the VLOOKUP function. That is an old function, but the most recent is actually XLOOKUP. It's way stronger, and we're going to go together on this function. We're going to go with practical examples. This is a live stream. Feel free to ask any question in the chat. If you don't catch me live, make sure you leave your question in the comment and I will get back to you. Even if you think that you know VLOOKUP and you think you're the best at Excel and you know everything, you know XLOOKUP, I swear you don't. So stay on the stream and we're going to go through some really nice functions that are hidden in XLOOKUP functions and VLOOKUP to get you even more power with these functions. So it's a live stream, completely not unedited. Who am I? I'm Dave. So why should you listen to me? I'm David. I'm a CPA, Chartered Professional Accountant. I have more than 10 years of experience with Excel. I'm not that old. I just started really young. I work for a big four accounting firm and I also worked for a private technology company recently, which I really helped building Excel and PowerPoints for raising $30 million Canadian dollars of venture capital money. And I eventually built some decks. So all of the decks, all of the charts, all of the financial ratio, I built them to sell this same company for 200 millions. Unfortunately, it was not my company, so this is why I'm here in my home office with no gold and no shiny stuff. Alrighty. So what can you expect on this stream? A lot of knowledge, lot of Excel shortcut. I hope we get some people that are alive. Actually, I need to schedule these ahead, but more to come, I swear. Feel free to use the timestamps below. I'm gonna put them once the stream is over, so you can skip ahead to XLOOKUP if you already think you know all the VLOOKUP. I will put the workbook in the description as well. You will see in the workbook, and without further ado, let's switch to Excel. Actually right here. In the workbook, it's pretty easy how it's split. All the tabs have a color, so if we are in the green tab, the tab is green and this one is orange and everything. I don't want to spoil, but it's gonna put in the description and you will be able to follow along if you don't catch live. So without further ado, you can follow my cursor at all time. It's yellow actually, you can follow it. It's dancing right here, and when I click it goes to green, so it should be pretty easy to follow. I have my chat live, so feel free to ask any question. And it goes like this. We're starting with VLOOKUP, everyone. We have two data set. We have an employee list here. This is your first day as an employee. So happy this guy, he's right here chilling. Well, anyways, and we have the payroll data here. So you have a very old system. Let's say your company don't put money in upgrading the system, and all you can have is one listing with the employee's ID and their salary, and another listing with how many hours they work. You cannot combine them in the system. It's a built-in system off the shelf. Anyways, you get it. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna use VLOOKUP to find the salary of an employee based on their employee ID. So here we go. We have the employee ID, we have the hours worked, and we want to calculate how much we're going to pay them. But here we have their timesheets, but we don't have their salary. So we're going to fill this here. It's going to be called salary. And in the other tab here, we actually have the salary. So we have two common stuff. We actually have one unique ID, which is the employee ID that I'm going to put in yellow. And we have the employee ID in the other tab that I'm going to put in yellow as well. So what we want to do, I can maybe make this a little bit bigger for you guys. Here we go. And again, so what we want to do, we want to put the salary here, but how could we do? It's easy in this case. We only have 3 lines. We could go manually. I mean, up to 20 lines, we could go manually. Imagine you have 150 employees. Still, you could do it manually, right? But you want to use the power of Excel, and that's why this spreadsheet tool is so powerful. It's because we have functions that are actually very easy to remember. Okay, it's gonna go like this. So you press equal VLOOKUP. So what does VLOOKUP do? It looks for a value in the leftmost column of a table and then returns a value in the same row from a column that you specify. Lots of work to say that it's just gonna save your life, okay? So equal VLOOKUP, you open the parenthesis, okay? Which value do you want to look at? The unique value is actually what's in yellow. It's the employee ID. So you click at this. What is the table array? So what is the table array? It means a range of cells that you're gonna find your data in. So you go back to your other tab, employee list, and your data array is actually all of this. See, you take A5 to C8, and then you can press F4 to lock your cells. And then when they ask you the column index number, they ask you your result, okay? The result that you want, in which column it is. And we're gonna see here. I didn't have a look. First column 1, second column 2, and third column is 3. Since we want the salary, we're gonna put 3 into this formula. I go back here, and then we put 3, and then the range lookup, okay? This is the one flaw of VLOOKUP, but it's super easy. You always put false in this one, because if you don't, you're gonna get trouble. And trust me, it put me into a lot of trouble a lot of time. So just don't ask any question, put false in there, because the true, it's just gonna, if Excel doesn't find the value, it's gonna find for a value that is similar. And you don't want this. Let's say you have an employee ID that is 1001 instead of 101, maybe it's gonna take this value, and we don't. So we just put false every time, okay? Here we go. We have 101 and we have 50,000. I'm gonna put in pink. And if I go here, we have 101 and we have 50,000. So what we just did is we just put the hours worked and we added the salaries to them. And then what you can just do, you drag the bottom right corner of your cell, and then boom, here we go. We have our merged list. Okay, so that was the use case number 1, VLOOKUP. I'm going to show you a little bit more. We're going to go HLOOKUP and stuff like that. Okay, so if you don't have any question, we're going to keep going. So we have the product list. This guy is a big sales rep. He sells a lot of products. He's insane, the best sales rep of the company, and he wants to do you some he wants you to do something. So the goal here is to use VLOOKUP to fetch the price of a product based on its product ID in your sales record. So it's kind of the same deal here, and I think I actually, never mind. Okay, I thought I changed something. It's kind of the same deal as employee list. I just wanted to give you another way of doing it, okay? But stay tuned, because there are going to be more use case later on. So we have product ID, we have P101, P102, P103, which are all unique values. And we have laptop, smartphone, and tablet, and their price right here, right? 800, 500, and 300. And basically, we want to take the price based on their product ID, because what we have here, same as the payroll data, but it's sales. We have the quantity that we sold. But let's say we want to do total sales, then we only have the quantity and we don't have the price. So we have to go back and forth. And again, it will be super easy because we only have 3 product ID. But imagine you have a large data set. It's easier to learn with a small data set, okay? So we're gonna go again. We're gonna go VLOOKUP, everyone, equal VLOOKUP. I highly encourage you to do the same as I do. Then we're gonna go, we're gonna take the lookup value. So we want to find the product ID. So I take my B3, I hit the comma, and then the table array. Once again, and we're gonna do it a little bit different this time, okay? Instead of just selecting the cells, I will select the whole columns. Look at this. Oh, I selected A to C. Very important. If you want to drag your formula, press F4 to lock the cells. And then the column index number, what it is, it's number 3 once again. I think we're gonna validate after that. And then what I said is always put false in the range lookup, because you want the exact match. If there's a product that is called P100, you don't want Excel to misunderstand it with a P101, okay? Here we go. Oh, it says any. Why? I'm not too sure. Okay. Sometimes it's just the format, and now we're gonna figure it out. Okay, we're gonna try again. I don't. It's not going as expected here. It's not supposed to. Sometimes you just retype your stuff because VLOOKUP is really P101. See, I see. There was a space before. So that's why VLOOKUP is really hard. That's really actually nice that it happened live on stream, because sometimes your VLOOKUP is really like, I don't know how to say that, but precious, not precious, but really, really spot on. So there was a, let's drag the formula. See, it shows NA. I'm actually happy that it happened. Why? Because it was not exact match. But let's see if I put true, what Excel would have put me? Still NA. So the approximate match is not good. So what you want to do is to make sure that your product IDs are actually really the same. And what I do normally is actually, I'm gonna drag this. Boop. Here we go. And then P102, P103. Sometimes it happens when you copy your data. See? It's a mess. So sometimes you just have to retype your stuff. Most of the time it works really well, to be honest with you. I just copy pasted the data. Sometimes it's the cell format that is not working well and Excel doesn't understand. So you want to do your total sales. Now you got the price from the other tab, and then you can just do 3 times 800. Drag your formula. To drag your formula as well, you can just Control C, Control V, Control V, and then if you want to press F2, it opens the cells. So I hope you're getting values from all of this, guys. If you enjoyed the video so far, make sure you hit the like button so it spreads to more people. Very important. I do this for a living. Please support me. It's free, doesn't cost anything. All right. So hopefully so far you got how we could put the salary into your hours work timesheet from a listing. And also what we said, he said this guy that was the best sales rep of the company. We wanted to get the price of the sales data for a specific day to calculate our total sales for the day. And look at this, guys. I'm going to show you one more tip. It's insane. Press Alt equal instead of typing total. Look at this. Alt equal. Okay, I'm gonna redo it again. I'm gonna zoom. Okay, I will press Alt equal. Alt plus equal on my keyboard. It does a sum. I didn't type anything. Insane shortcut. Seriously, insane shortcut. Okay, enough. Okay, we have this dude once again. He wants to calculate the stock that he has in inventory. And he sells the pop champagne, this little dude. Look at this, the pop champagne. Okay, so we want to calculate something. All right, so the goal of this VLOOKUP example here is actually we want to calculate the remaining quantity in stock after each sale. Okay. So we have the quantity in stock pre-sale, and we have another listing because our tool or system of inventory, normally a lot of them are very old. Like, you know, the company don't want to invest in the inventory system, and you're stuck with messy data. I swear, guys, I was going to clients sometime doing inventory count, and they were printing like long ass list of inventory. It was crazy. So if I didn't have VLOOKUP back then, I would be probably dead right now or have no hair, and it's starting already to fall. So thanks God I still have some. But by the way, look how cute I was back then. Oh my God. Okay, so what we have here, we want to add the quantity sold to our quantity in stock. Okay, so we have one listing that has the inventory list, how much we have in stock pre-sale, and we want to add the quantity sold to have the quantity remaining. How we do this with VLOOKUP? We just go to our inventory sales data, and oh my God, what's going on, guys? Now it's flipped around, right? So I have two options here. Really, really nice. I can select my data, Control C, right click, and transpose. Look at this. If I want to do my VLOOKUP, I can do it again. It was upside down. Let's do it. But I will show you something else actually, because I don't want to do the same thing over and over. So I will add some more value to you guys, to this free Excel class, okay? And hopefully you're laughing and having a blast right now. It's Monday. It's a holiday here in Canada, but I wanted to give this to you today. So what we want to do, we want to have the quantity sold, and we're going to use something else. We're going to use HLOOKUP, because in VLOOKUP, it's for vertical lookup, okay? But HLOOKUP horizontal. So if we have the pop champagne at the top and the quantity at the bottom, we want to use HLOOKUP. Same deal, it's just that instead of X, it's Y, or the other way around. Anyways, so equal HLOOKUP. I want to look at my pop champagne that this guy is selling, A6. And then we want the table array. What's the table array? I told you it's right here. We press F4 to have or to lock our cells. Sorry, I was typing. And then what's the row index number? It's the row number 2, because we have row, and watch out here. I said row number 2. It's actually row number 3, but it's the row from where you start your data. And actually you see, I select my data from row number 2. So my row number 3 is actually the row number 2. Anyway, you understand? If I would have taken from A1, I would have put 3 in here. Now we're going to put 2. It's always where you start your table array. So since I started at line number 2, I want to have my second line, which is line number 3. Hope it makes sense. The range lookup, what we said, I said it 10 times. I'm going to take a sip, but it's false. Here we go, guys. Oh my God, we have the quantity sold, 5, and then we drag the formula down. We have the smartphone that I'm going to put in green, and here we go. We have the smartphone in green, 8, and we got tablet 3, and we got, I'm going to switch tab, and we got the tablet 3. Here we go. I can do a quick calculation. Let me show you something that you probably know already. And B6 minus C6, what's my quantity remaining? Drag down, I want to do the total. I type total here. I press Alt equal. Boom, here we go. I'm gonna move the total over here with Control X, Control V. Here we go. I'm gonna delete my total, and look at this, guys. What I want to do, I want to put the total everywhere. Alt equal. Here we go, guys. You don't have to type anything. Auto sum is your best friend. All right. Oh my God. I hope you got some value, guys. The next step is to follow this channel, because a lot of Excel tips are coming in. We are 20 minutes into the live stream. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it. If you're live, please put something in the chat and say hi to your boy Dave. All right. Okay, that was the third example, guys. We have one more example for a VLOOKUP. Actually, it's similar to what we just saw. And then we're going to go back to XLOOKUP, which is actually the best value of this video. So don't blink, guys. I changed anyways, we're going to get back to this later. Okay, so we have a customer database here, and the goal is to use a VLOOKUP to find the customer information such as their name or email based on their customer ID from sales record. Okay, so we have the customer ID with our unique, the customer name, the emails, blah, 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 right? And we have in this other tab, the orange tab, the sales data, okay? So we have customers that ordered something from, let's say, one system. They have the system, I don't know, they ordered it from Shopify, right? That's our Shopify listing right here. But in Shopify, for some reason, we didn't collect the customer name or their email. So we have the customer ID in another system, which is, I don't know, man, the customer level in Salesforce, right? That's a Salesforce listing right here. And we have our Shopify listing right here. So that's where we record the sales, but in Salesforce, that's where we have our customer information. And we want to join them together. So what are we gonna do, guys? VLOOKUP. Of course. Okay, so we start with the customer name and we go VLOOKUP like this once again. We're gonna select the lookup value, which is C101, my customer data, which is unique. I press the comma, I go into table array and look at this, okay? I'm gonna take still the whole table because I could do this like that and take only A and B because my customer name is in A and B. But I want to go a little bit further and be more productive. So I'm gonna select actually the whole columns. I love to do this. And when you do this, watch out to have nothing below your data set, okay? Because if you have something down there, it's gonna fuck up the VLOOKUP and you don't want this. Okay, so we're gonna put a comma. We selected column A through C. And then what's the column index number? That's column number 2, okay? And then the range lookup, what did we say? We said false, okay? And then what I could do is just copy my formula. And the email that we want is in column number 3, okay? And then we go like this. Then I'm gonna auto adjust my column size. But what happened, guys? Okay, what happened if we have 10 things like this? I'm just gonna copy paste it and put 4 here and then put 5 here and then it doesn't make sense, huh? So what we're gonna do? Okay, I'm gonna show you. What I like to do in my day-to-day job that I don't have anymore is actually put the column numbers here, okay? We're gonna put it here, 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 and here, okay? Actually just 2 and 3. And we're gonna replace this with that. And we're gonna lock the row. Super important, press F4 twice, okay? So as you can see, there is a $sign before the number 2, okay? Super important because when you're gonna drag the formula, if you don't do this, it's not gonna work, okay? So we have A4 here that I'm gonna lock, but I'm gonna lock the column. I'm gonna lock the A on only, okay? Not the 4, because when I drag down, I want it to only select the column A, not the column B, because that's my unique ID. Super important here, okay? Absolute reference, relative reference, super important to master this. Is this a real jambone? Hey, what's up, RC? Is this OG Coop? What's up, man? My gaming community showing up here. It's super nice. All right, so what we're gonna do here is actually, I'm gonna drag the formula to the right. Oh, shoot, I actually made a mistake. Did I? Oh, yeah, I forgot to put my F4. See, it happens every time. I forgot to put my F4, AC. Okay, now they are locked. Here we go. So, okay, let me take a step back here. What did we do? We did a VLOOKUP and we combined it with absolute reference and relative reference. Super important. So if I press F2 to show you the formula, my VLOOKUP is going to search the A4 column, actually A4 cell. I put a $sign to lock the column, and I put a $sign here at C2 to lock the row. So when I drag to the right, it goes like this. And when I drag down, it goes like this. You understand? Then I drag it again. And here we go. We got the most complex VLOOKUP here, basically, okay? Yeah. And what's annoying with VLOOKUP, and that's gonna be my transition with XLOOKUP, okay, is that if our customer IDs are going like that, it's that we can't, because VLOOKUP, it goes from left, and maybe I'm mirrored here, but left to right, okay? So if your data is from right to left, like this, like my customer ID, I cannot tell it, like tell VLOOKUP, go -3 columns. You can't. So that's what's annoying with VLOOKUP. Like, see, like I broke everything by doing this, and then I go Control X, and then I go like that. Another danger of VLOOKUP is if you share your workbook with, I don't know, your colleague, and your colleague, he got too much Baileys in his coffee, and he's like, okay, let's do something. And then he's like, oh, we got the customer database here. I need to add some data. And then he clicks like that. Boom, right? He just adds a column. It's like, I don't know, customer region, and then Canada, Europe, and then China. Okay? Then we're going to put some bold, Control B, quick shortcut. And then see, I messed up everything. It says Canada under my customer name. It messed up everything. Everything is broken. So that's really dangerous. VLOOKUP is good, really dangerous. Gonna delete the column. Here we go, it's back to normal. Whew. Oh my God, I was afraid I lost all my data. Okay, so that VLOOKUP, that's its danger or do's and don'ts. I don't know how to say that. We saw the relative reference to put there 2, 3, 4. You can just drag your formula locking. I will give this workbook to every one of you. If you like the video, make sure so we can spread it to more people. By the way, gonna have a sip and we're gonna switch to XLOOKUP. Oh my God, 25 minutes of live stream, guys. It's so nice, actually. One day we're gonna be 100 viewers in here. Okay, okay, enough bullshit. Let's go. Oh, what I wanted to say. Oh, there you go. So if you can hit the like button, as you can see, this guy. I don't know if you recognize him. He's the sales rep that we've been following, and he's stuck in the Excel spreadsheet. All right, I keep zooming and dezooming. Can we stop? Here we go. Thank you so much, guys. Okay, the real deal. We got XLOOKUP. That's you right there. That's you. This image is you. It's you looking at your dashboard thinking, oh my God, I'm so good. I got the analysis. I'm looking at stocks and blah, blah, blah. But you don't know XLOOKUP yet. So you're going to be even better after watching this video. Okay, we have a data set here. I don't want to spend much time. I just want to highlight something really important is that we have the dates here. I see a lot of data set that are like that. And then if you want to have your Q1, you just do a sum like that, you know, stuff like that. You want to do a sum to summarize the 3 first months. But one issue that you can encounter if you do this is that you can't drag your values. So let's say I have some other data here and I want to select my sales for the first 4 months. If I click on a cell and I go equal and I go back to my XLOOKUP data tab and I click on cells, it's super cool, right? Super easy. I mean, why will I need XLOOKUP for that? I don't need it, right? Do I? I think you do. And here's why. Okay, if I drag my formula to the right, super easy. But look at this. Boom, 1900 for the month of April. That's not the right answer, right? And if you're not careful, that's one issue. That's one mistake you're going to do. Boom, 1900 is the results for Q1. And if you will have done a chart, you will probably have figured it out. Like if you quick shortcut, Alt F1, boom, insert a chart. And just with a glimpse, you see that it's not right. We cannot have tripled or doubled or sales in 1 month. It's impossible. Delete the chart. It was just to flash the shortcut. All right, remove the yellow. So what we're gonna do to save some time. Again, super easy. We only have like one data line, 4 months. Imagine you have 3 years of data, 100 lines. Tough, right? Very tough. So what we're gonna do, we are going to use our friend XLOOKUP. I wish I would have a sound effect right now. All right, so we're gonna use XLOOKUP. Once again, the only criteria is that your unique value is actually unique, okay? So we're gonna show you XLOOKUP. Actually, it's easier than VLOOKUP, guys. It's more intuitive and it's more strong and everything. Gonna delete the comment here. All right, so equal XLOOKUP. So you understand V vertical, H horizontal, X, it's to do a cross and go everywhere, basically. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna look up the value of our date here. So it can go horizontal and vertical. That's why you're gonna understand the X. So we're gonna have a look at the month of January. Or lookup value, still the same first criteria as the VLOOKUP. We put a comma and then the lookup array. So where in our other data set is this date located? And it's right here. We select the whole row. Okay, select the whole row. You could have selected only this. I prefer to select the whole row. I press F4 to lock the row, because if I would have dragged down my formula, if I don't lock the row, it's gonna do like we just did in a few seconds ago where we see some hashtag NA. And then which array, return array that we want is actually, we're gonna select the sales for this one. And then I'm gonna lock again. And then it gives me 500 for the month of January. And what's up? We have 500 for the month of January, right? We're going to go back to our formula and then we drag it to the right. And then what happens for the month of April? Here we go. I'm going to put it in green. We go back to our data set and here we go. Boom! 500. Super easy, super easy, super easy. And let me show you something. Let's say I wanted to have the cost, the CAC ratio, and the earning per shares as well, okay? I go Control C to copy, flash the shortcut, go back to my data, Control V to copy. And here, remember, I locked the cell, I locked actually the row 2. But let's say I don't want to lock the row 3, okay? And I'm gonna drag it to the right once again, and I'm gonna drag it down. Oh, it doesn't work. Why it's not working? I'm dumb because I didn't lock this cell. We're gonna lock, there we go. See, it always happens. You forgot a dollar signs and it's insane, it goes crazy. And then I drag it down and boom, I have all my data. I don't have the Q1 data anymore. I can do charts on this data set. I can do a lot. It's crazy. So make sure you understand the dollar values, lock your rows, lock your cell. It's actually gonna lock. So whenever, if a dollar sign is before the row, it's gonna lock the row. If it's before the column, it's gonna lock the column. If there are two, both are gonna get locked. You can drag it down, drag it to the right, drag it to the left. Easy. Easy clap in the chat. All right, so that was XLOOKUP. I went a little bit fast on XLOOKUP. Let me explain something real quick. So you select your lookup value. You have your lookup array, which I said the date is as a specific place. You select your return array, and then you have three stuff here. Okay, I don't know if you see, it's a little bit small. You have three optional data that you don't need. You remember in VLOOKUP where I told you you need to put the false or the true? That's not the case with XLOOKUP. It's by default at false. So there is no way to fuck up except if you don't put your dollar signs. So you have an integrated if not found that we're going to get together. You have a to get to later, sorry, and you have a match mode that we're going to get to later. And the search mode, we're not going to go into it because I don't think it's really useful. Okay, so that was the first example for XLOOKUP. Second example of XLOOKUP. Oh my god, this one is actually insane, guys. Don't blink. Have a sip of coffee, have a sip of water, but don't blink. Stay tuned. This one is crazy. Let's go. All right, what I don't tell you is that it's vodka in there. Okay. So what we want here, we have students that got very grade, okay, you know, in their exam. Okay, this one got 99. It's insane. This one got 78. Okay. But we want to translate these values into a grade like A, B, C, D, E. So what I did here, I have a 90 to 100, which is a A. I have a 70 to 79, that is a C. And you know, you could go once again manually, okay, A, C, E. You know, it would have taken me like 10 seconds. But the issue is when you have a lot. It's always like this. Like when you have a large data set, then you can drag the formula and it's super easy, right? So what we want to do here is actually use the XLOOKUP function to put a bracket, okay? To say, okay, when it's 99, it's a A, when it's 65, it's a D, okay? So we're gonna use this. First step is actually make a table like I did here with your score here, the result that you want, and the lower bracket. So if it's 90 here to the left, then put 90. And something really cool that you could do, I'm gonna flash another function, hopefully you learn a lot, is the left function. So if I wanted to have the lower bracket is always the two characters to the left. So I click on the lower bracket, equal left. I select my text. Which character do I want? The first two. And then here we go. We got the 90, the 80, the 70, and the 0. We can just correct it and put 0. Okay. So that was just to flash the left formula, which can be really useful. And then we're going to go with the XLOOKUP results right here. Here we go. Don't blink, guys, and follow my cursor. It's in yellow. Okay. Equal XLOOKUP. Boom. What's the lookup value that we want? And here it can be a little bit misleading. You're like, okay, I want to find my 99, but it's nowhere in the table I just made. So, but you're gonna understand, okay? It's gonna be with the match mode. So you select your test score and then you put a comma. You put the lookup array. So what's the lookup array? I want it here, the I. So find my 99 in this column I. And then what you want to put is the return array. I'm gonna put the result. So I want the result, okay? I want the grade, so A, B, C, D, E. If not found, I told you we keep it blank. And match mode, we're gonna put -1. And that's where the magic happens. You remember this true or false? It's kind of the same, but it's a little bit different. Same, but different, as we say. So 0 is exact match. So when you leave it blank, it put exact match. But -1 is exact match or the next smaller item. Okay, let's try it. I put -1, I have a 99. What Excel does is like, I cannot find 99 in this here, in my column I. Let's go to the next smaller item. Boom, 90. Excel sends me back the H column A. Easy clap in the chat, boys and girls. Here we go. So here we don't have to put F4, we don't have to lock any cells because we put our columns. I just drag my formula. Here we go. We got the 92, which is an A, which is an A. We got 65, D, D. We got 99, A, A. Here we go. I hope this trick, I really hope this trick suits you well, because if I knew this before, it would have saved me literally hundreds of hours. All right. We are almost done, guys. Stay tuned. I hope you're entertained. I'm having fun teaching this to you guys. All right. Example number 3 of XLOOKUP, the combined. Here we go. Okay, so here I did it on purpose. I swapped my stuff around. So we don't have S101, S102. I mix them around. I put S10. Oh, shoot, what happened? Am I crazy in my mind? Okay, so here we go. So we have the social insurance number. So we have a list, okay? Take it back. We have a list of student IDs that are unique, and we have the first class. So whenever they have their first class and whenever they have their last class. But for some reason, we want to add the social insurance number and the address to these guys because we want to do some kind of analysis or whatever, you know? So what's the issue? Is that we don't have this data on this specific listing. But we have this other listing with the social insurance number and the address. Oh my God. Oh, address. Does it take 2D? I think so. I'm sorry. Here we go. So what we want to do, actually, I wanted to show you that XLOOKUP can help you do this as well. So this one is going to be super fast, okay? And here it goes. Equal XLOOKUP. I select my lookup value, always the unique ID. And then we're going to put here, no, we don't need to press F4. Lookup array. We're going to go here, select all my student ID up to the bottom. Very important. Row 3 to row 8. Press F4 to lock your cells. And then we are going to put the return array. And the return array, we want both the address and the social insurance number. And then you have to press F4 on both of them. And that's it. It should work. As you can see, we have an array formula that just got created. And when you mouse over this one, the column address, it looks weird. Huh? Look, it's a bit grayed out in the formula bar. It's because it is an array formula. There's no real data in here. It's just Excel 365 that works like this. It's an array formula, so Excel is like bringing the data in a weird way, let's say. I don't really know how to explain that well, but it's not real information in this cell. I can still type and see how it fucks up everything. It's say hashtag spill. And then if you click here, you have something. Excel tells you I cannot do my formula for real because there is data here. You just delete it and then it's great. And then if you drag it down, drag your formula, here we go, bingo guys. I brought 2 columns that didn't exist here in a second, dragging my formula down. And this is the power of VLOOKUP and XLOOKUP. I hope you learned a lot. It's not over, guys. It's not over yet. Look at this. If you enjoyed this so far, make sure you subscribe to the channel, because look at this guy, how hard he works to build these Excel classes, and I need all the love in here from you guys, and hopefully you enjoyed and you learned a lot of stuff. Oh my god, look at the mustache and the bandana. It's insane. Also, what I wanted to tell you, I built my first charts course. I'm not here to sell you anything, but I just released my first chart course, which is actually, I'm a charts master in Excel, and I wanted to put it in a 1-hour course, and it's 50% discounted as of today, October 9 of 2023, and it expires in 25 days. And since I want to give you value up to the end, look at this. I put the equal today formula, and I tell you an exact date of when this expire. With this, I did equal today plus 25 here reference, and if I put 35, it will give me the 13th of November. Anyway, this shit is expiring on the 3rd of November, 50% off. I think it's like $60 if you buy it like full price. It's a 1-hour class, because what I found online is that there was 8 hours, 9 hours, 10-hour class, really boring, no value added. And the real cost of a $60 class is not the cost that you pay. It's actually the time that you lose listening to some dumb shits online, while I give you all the value on how to make great chart. This is not related with XLOOKUP or VLOOKUP, but this is my only product that I have to sell. I have some free Excel classes there in there as well. And what's really nice with this chart class that I am selling is actually that you get a 1-pager PDF for each module to give you the best practices of these charts. As you can see, the pie charts here, you get 1 PDF forever for you to keep. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Once again, make sure to give it a big thumbs up so it spreads to more people, and leave a comment, ask me any question. If you want me to review your worksheets, if you want me to answer any question, I'm Dave, I'm a CPA, and it was a pleasure making this live stream today.